This is such a busy day. I don't know what con to attend. It's a big mystery on what I should attend. Should I attend Pacific PonyCon, BabsCon, Winnie City, BronyCon again? It's just hard to decide. Maybe if I just go into my room, set things up, and I'll be able to get started on everything. I mean, for Pete's sake, it's the year of Everfree Northwest, the one time where I get to enjoy the northwestern view, because I barely get out of this house for once because I don't have a job as of yet. But back to the matter at hand. I better get everything set up for this year's con vlogs. Hopefully that will get my mind out of the gutter. Alright, cameras are working, so let's get started on Everfree Northwest vlogs right about now. Yeah. So, of course, as you can tell, it's now the beginning of the convention vlog season. Yes, and that can only mean one thing. Everfree Northwest is just about to start up. But, it's also because there's two special little somethings that are going on right as we speak. The first thing is that this is the 300th video on my YouTube channel, and expect 2 other videos to arrive here sometime in the very near future. I won't say what it is, but it's a special little something for you guys, especially since you've, helped me out with creating everything on this channel, for making me feel up to date, and just overall make me feel like this channel is really worth it. Of course, as you know, when I said that this was my 5th convention, I wasn't even kidding. Because, literally, count how many pony conventions I've been to. What I mean by that is that, at least in the past couple of years, I've attended a lot of pony conventions. I mean, there's one extra one, but I probably don't count that one. But pretty much what's happened throughout the many years I've attended, I have been to over 5 MLP conventions. And that does include BronyCon, but I'm limiting myself to 3 days because Emerald City here doesn't count. Though it was fun to listen to Winnie the Pooh as Darth Vader. And of course, for all those wanting to know, like, how many badge counts I've got, or at least what the badges look like, then here you go. Hold. So there's 2014, first one. Then, where is it? We have convention number 2. Then number 3. Number 4. And the one I don't count, because it's got to be MOP related. But yeah, it honestly feels exciting that I've attended literally just about over 4 MOP conventions, and this is actually the 5th one, which is insane by many standards. I mean, I even forget that I even had 5 MOP conventions that I've attended, and this is the 5th one. Who would have thought, right? So many years of work and effort, and of course I'm here, right now as we speak. Of course, let me keep you guys up to news, since haven't done a video in a while, and sometimes our algorithms like say do more than 1 video a week, which I can't even keep up to that schedule. But let's check out what's basically going on with Everfree Northwest. For those unaware of what this year's theme is, the theme this time around seems to be Camp Everfree. Kind of like the Legend of Everfree, right? But we got but there's basically a lineup this time around. A lot of you remember last year that Everfree winded up giving this special little call to Nicole Oliver, who was the first guest for Everfree Northwest when it was announced last year at the closing ceremonies. Well, that's not the only thing. We also got Princess Luna, Tabitha St. Germain, but unfortunately we couldn't get Tara Strong here, so we got her singing voice with Becca Schweikit. Then we also got Cadence, Britt McKipp, or that's pronounced something else, I don't know. And Maraiki, who voices Sonata and Gilda, but to me personally, it's Revy from Black Lagoon. Not appropriate for the kids. Then Kazumi Evans, Adagio, then Diana Karina, otherwise known as Aria, who basically actually in the show plays what I could guess is a one-time episode role. Who knows if she's going to come back. But in MOP, she plays, what was the name again? Saffron Malassa, Saffron Malassa. I'm going along that route. Then last but not least, we have ourselves Vincent Tong, aka Flash Sentry, as well as Garble the Dragon. So, it's a big lineup. But not only that, but we also have the information behind a lot of the comics people. Heck, we've got Andy Price and Tony Fleece here, but we also got Tim Stubby and Danny Liu. And one of their panels they're going to be hosting is sort of what you would call a commentary over the last 2 MOP episodes, not counting the Treehouse episodes. They're going to be overlooking the last 2 MOP episodes that aired this week. So, I believe it's, hold on. The last 2 episodes that have at least aired thus far here in the US is Fluttershy Leans In and Rock Solid Friendship. And again, not counting the episodes that have just aired on Treehouse, which I know they're going to do it, which is just going to make Canada sit through a more longer hiatus than us. So yeah, they're going to be commentating on that, while during the convention time, we are going to get Forever Philly. Which, I am going to keep myself on track with this. Of course, I will give out the initial opinion, like I do always during these convention vlogs, because those seem to be a trend nowadays. But also, I will be watching it via my phone because, I don't know, the Doubletree's Wi-Fi is a bit shoddy. And I couldn't even keep an episode up there for more than like 5 minutes, which had to leave me to call the convention's technical staff to try to keep the internet still working. So that's a big issue. But also other special things are happening here, like pony stock, as usual, but surprisingly, it only seems to be a day's worth of pony stock. I mean, take a look at this schedule I've got pulled up here. I might put it in a better light so that you guys can see it. So, you want to take a look at it right here, then just, get everything working together here. Then, pause the video here if you want to see what, panels I'll be at. Pause long enough? Okay, let's resume things. This is the only time we're going to only have one pony stock. If it were a bigger convention center, like the Washington State Convention Center, then they could easily host pony stock and the gala both at 2 different times, like BronyCon. I almost said BronyCan, but they both sound the same. BronyCon, BronyCan, BronyCon, BronyCan. Another thing I want to bring up is, of course, this is Everfree's first gala that they're ever going to host. And I've got a special little suit for you guys. I got a special little something for you guys to see me at the con with. I mean, other than my usual con getup, which is the bleach hat, my changing the League of Legends hat, and the Attack on Titan jacket with the Wings of Freedom on it, and also the camera bag that I usually carry around with me, which is over there right next to my bed, I'll be having a special little suit. If you've been following me on Twitter as of late, which reminds me, put the social feeds here, I've said on Twitter that for Everfree's gala, I wanted to get a suit that was somewhat similar to that of a character I know from one of my favorite Showtime originals. And you know it too, as Ray Donovan. And of course I've been doing the Ray Donovan videos for a little while, but it looks like their next season is confirmed. For August. So I got a long ways to go until I can talk with you guys about Ray Donovan. But anyways, I have a special little Ray Donovan-like suit for the gala. And not only that, I got this very special tailored suit at Men's Warehouse. So they set me up with a little something that was similar to that of Ray Donovan. So I'll give props to them that they did a fantastic job of doing that. But anywho, as you can tell from my list, I have a little bit of a conflicting issue. Now that I'm like sorta kinda Everfree's official con vlogger and panel recorder, I've been sorta kinda contracted by Kiki to record her panel, which is the Shimmer Glimmer Power Hour. And it'd be interesting to set that up, but it's conflicting with Who's Line. And this hopefully will be... Apologies, these windows aren't soundproof. Now, hopefully I might be able to record just about everything, because as you can tell last year, I had some issues with recording at least the main hall. The only reason I couldn't record it was because at the last minute, and Tails told me this, and if you don't know who Tails is, she is one of the chairs for Everfree. Tails told me that Everfree was told at the last minute last year that literally the main hall couldn't be recorded due to the, I forget what it was, but it was like their agents or something said, you can't do this or that. Like, it can't be recording in the main hall with them inside it. This led to a sea of chaos. And I do mean that, literally. One of the members running a con told me that they were having issues trying to take those no recording signs off the halls and whatnot. And I do feel so sorry for them that they had to deal with this last year. And hopefully, and Tails gave me a guarantee on this, that specifically they will say in those halls what can and can't be recorded. Yeah. Hopefully that fixes everything with the recording in the main hall. But also another thing that I've got set up is Selfie, who's going to be also at the con, of course, is going to host the Fancy Suit Denny's at the con. But surprisingly, it's being hosted literally right on the Friday that Pony Stock's going on. But not only that, I have myself a jam-packed session that I've got to record here. Like, literally, I've got to record Lunajacks, I've got to see about maybe recording Strum Beat Strings, which is actually a local from here, Crusader, which I'm mostly contractually obliged to record for him just because I met him through Selfie, and of course, one of the legends that I always say I love this guy for Everfree Brony. They're each, from what I'm seeing, have 30-minute panels, or at least 30-minute music sessions, I should say. So I'm going to keep myself a bit busy as of late. Now, as you can tell, this battery does not last long. I mean, it's like, what, 2 hours? So I took the extraordinary precautionary measure, and Sophie, for my birthday, winded up giving me this. This right here is the extended battery for my Canon camera that I'm recording on, at least as of right now. Who knows if I might get some, like, double of these and have these on backup, so if I'm recording, like, 2 hours worth of footage and the battery runs out here, I'll just have my parents return it to their room and have that on the charger while I bring this with me and record whatever I can. But of course, seeing as how I'll have 2 sessions in the evergreen rooms and whatnot, I'll practically have the cameras hooked up to a plug. So that way, not only is the camera charging, but also is, but you'll also get the footage from my perspective. And pretty much, this is insane of what I've got going on here. I mean, quite literally, I am packed. I mean, and I do mean that literally. I mean, I've got so many panels going on as of late. I think this may be out of my old record for most panels attended. I'm going to have to keep number of this and see what's going on. Another thing I want to bring up as well, if there are some panels that I can and can't record, I'll basically hold it onto the door and then just, you know, do a wipe or whatever to whatever minutes have passed by. But this can also mean an indication for you guys to basically click the card. Yeah, I'll just do that. But in another state, that could mean the middle finger to them. So you can click the card here to see the panels that were recorded. Of course, I will experiment with the timing and recording all the days, so this ought to be an interesting thing to keep track of. Of course, as usual, I will put up the musician sessions first. Because I know from a frantic standpoint, they wanted the sessions recorded, so I am going to wind up recording for these guys, push their footage up, and then whatever comes of the gala, I'll still put it up as one whole session. That is, if I could. I mean, Selfie sort of kind of pressured me into not going to the gala, but I'm still going. I have my 2 other cameras that I'll use, as you've seen in the opening credits. So, quite literally, I'll record whatever I can of the gala and go to Selfie's panel to record his session, which starts at 8:30. But then that also means by the time that Kill Screen comes on at 9, that's when I'm going to get there. Why? Because he is actually going to be playing songs that people have requested. And on Twitter, I requested him a lot of music. Like stuff from Mumble Number 5, a little bit of by Lou Bega, Hall & Oates, Send Me an Angel. A lot of classics for you guys to hopefully listen to if you're attending the gala. But, I think that's all that there is to it. I mean, other than that, I'm going to spend the rest of the evening getting some stuff set up. I'm going to have the footage for not only the state-of-the-art reaction. Yes, I'm finally getting to upload that. But also I'm going to post my review of Paramount's Ghost in the Shell. So this ought to be very interesting for you guys to take a look at these footages while I set up the con vlogs. Fun. But at least you guys get a bit of taste of what's going to be happening at the con. At least from my standpoint. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I might be able to have thoughts with you. Thoughts a little bit more with you guys. So, ta-ra.